Hey everyone, another day, another handheld, with this one being Anbernic's RG40XX H. As you can see, this one's from Go Game Geek, who not only do a great job at getting near, or for those of us who have to pay import tax, often coming out top in terms of price, and sometimes even have really neat accessory options for the handhelds too. Anyway, the RG40XX H is the latest in Anbernic's all-winner H700 powered handhelds this year, with this one looking essentially like a squished up TrimUI Smart Pro handheld. It comes in black, retro grey and blue colourways, and is priced around the $75-ish mark with the right promotion active. In terms of specs, the RG40XX H is powered by the all-winner H700, which means we know we'll be able to get access to some but not all of the catalogues up to Dreamcast quite effectively. We've got 1GB of RAM, a really nicely sized 4-inch display at a 640 by 480 resolution. We've also got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, as well as a mini HDMI out and a pretty respectable 3200 mAh battery, with a weight of around 200 grams. Out of the box, we've got the same Anbernic Linux firmware that we've seen in their other H700 devices, which also means that we are likely to get a few custom firmware options available to us too. In terms of first impressions, I really quite like the shell design of the RG40XX H. It's instantly comfortable in the hands, and for me strikes that perfect balance between having access to all of what you need while being just about easily portable still. On top, we've got stacked but non-analog shoulder triggers, power and volume buttons, and a USB-C port, reset button, and micro HDMI out. There's a really nice width to the handheld, and there's no handles, but the size still makes it comfortable in the hands. On bottom, we've got speaker grills, 2 micro SD slots, and a headphone jack. It's really nice to see the analog sticks sticking out as much as they do, and a dedicated menu/function button away from the power button is always a plus in my book. So, all in all, great first impressions with a very comfortable shell design. In terms of controls, and to get my main negative with the RG40XX H out of the way, the joysticks are definitely the weakest aspect of the controls for me. Despite them feeling quite responsive, this responsiveness just doesn't translate to the in-game controls, outside some edge cases like some arcade fighters. I always find it a shame when we've got 2 joysticks that can't really be fully utilised, and the RG40XX H is definitely an example of this. Despite being non-analog, the stacked shoulder buttons work really well here, and the little grip texture that we always love to see really works to their favour, and the fact that they're pressable along such a long stretch of their surface area is fantastic. The face buttons are the nice side of glossy, with a really responsive feel that can take both precise input and button mashing. The D-pad is a nice level of friction and pivot to it, with the Anbernic stiffness that they're known for, which ultimately translates to quite a nice pivot and while pulling off multi-directional inputs. The out-of-the-box firmware is very familiar for those that have seen another Anbernic H700 handheld. It's actually quite a solid build overall, as long as you essentially never use the game rooms and focus your game playing purely from within the RetroArch side of the firmware. As not only do the RetroArch cores generally play better overall, you've also got consistent hotkey shortcuts, a lot more customization, and easy access to things like retro achievements and cheats. Accessing and setting up Wi-Fi is pretty easy, and some of the more advanced RetroArch setups can be quite tricky, but Anbernic have at least set up some scripts within their apps section of the firmware that allow you to do things like backup and restore en masse, turn bezels off, and more. The only new addition that I could spot setting to be able to control the joystick LEDs, and that's about it. So I'll cut some gameplay footage now before summarising back up at the end. So, in summary, for me, the Anbernic RG40XX H is an easy recommendation for someone who's new to retro gaming handhelds and wants a portable, comfortable and pretty feature-rich horizontal handheld for a reasonable price. It's harder to recommend as an addition if you already have an H700 handheld, especially, and the joysticks aren't sensitive enough for my personal liking, but otherwise I very much enjoyed my time with it. That's it for now though, thanks so much for watching.